welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be painting Ronaldo. So the first step is to draw. Of course, you can draw it with the grid method or you can even trace it out. And then we will be doing the underpainting. For the underpainting, we are going to use our burnt sienna. And when we talk about the oils, I'm using linseed and turpentine oil together. So it's not really necessary that you have to use your burnt sienna. You can either go with yellow ochre or orange, whatever you like. Just keep it warmer because right now we are painting a portrait. Don't forget to do the fixative spray over your sketch, otherwise it's gonna be faded away when you'll be doing the underpainting. You can even use a little bit bigger brush for the underpainting, but I'm more comfortable with this size. You can take off the extra oil from your canvas using the paper towel. So as Cristiano have the brown eyes, we'll be using our burnt umber and raw umber for the iris, and for the rest of the eye we'll be using our cadmium red and Persian blue for the first layer, and later we'll be applying zinc titanium over it. Now for the skin tone, as in the reference image is a bit darker, and for that we'll be using our burnt sienna along with orange and a little bit of zinc titanium. I'm using my zinc titanium directly because right now we are working in LA Preview and it starts blending with the previous tone. That's how it works. Okay, so first you have to block in the darker tones and later you will be filling in with the medium tone. We'll keep our palette very limited, and later we'll be using just a little bit amount of our lemon yellow but more amount of zinc titanium, and we will be defining the highlighted area of the face. Now here comes a very important thing. You have to move your brush in the same direction as the movement of your skin tone, okay? You have to move it in the certain direction of your feature, okay? For example, if I'm doing the forehead, I will be moving my brush in the shape of the forehead. That's how it's gonna go. We'll be applying the thick layer of our zinc titanium as well, and we will be blending it. Blending is very important when it comes to realism. You cannot possibly attempt realism if you're not good at blending. So take a good time to observe the reference image and make sure that you do perfect blending. Do not rush things, it takes time. The video that you're watching right now, it took me hours to do it, and you're watching it like a speed up version, but I'm trying to explain each and everything so that you'll get the best experience. Moving your brush in the same direction as the shape of your object is the key. And when it comes to portraiture, it's the best thing that you can do. If you move your brush in the same direction as the shape of your feature, you'll get the smooth skin. And that's what we want right now. So just do not go horizontally or vertically. You have to focus on the shape of the object, okay? Let's make it more simple for you. For example, if you're painting an apple, you'll move your brush in the round direction, okay? Because when we see it, apple is round. Its basic shape is round. That's what you do. So right now, we are doing the same thing with every feature of the face. When it comes to nostrils and the eyebrows, I would suggest that do not even touch your lamp black or any sort of black. Rather, you are going to use the alternative, like pick another color. For example, you can go with raw umber. It's pretty dark, it will serve the purpose, but if you use your black instead, it's not gonna give you the realistic look. It will look fake, so just avoid it. And if you are so much into the black using the portraiture, okay, still mix it with the other color. For example, you can mix it with any tone of browns. You can either go with burnt sienna, raw umber, burnt umber, any color but black. Do not use it directly. If you notice right now, I'm applying a very thick layer of my zinc titanium on the areas of highlight and I am blending it. Okay, that's how your flat skin will turn into a very realistic feature of the face. So just do not take it lightly. Try to observe the reference image, and wherever you see the sharper highlight, just break the rule and use your white directly. Trust me, it's the best thing that you can do. I have noticed several times that when it comes to lips, people often just go with the pink tones, and I don't really get it. When we are supposed to attempt the realism, you have to observe the correct color of the skin, okay? You have to even count in the correct color of the lips as well. So if it is in more of the brownish tone, do not be hesitant to use that, okay? It's not, you're not working ideally, you're not working under the ideal conditions, and you're not painting the ideal stuff. You are painting what you are seeing. That's what realism is about. So just do not be confused about the ideal standards and do not look upon them. You have to paint whatever you're seeing with your eyes. So your observing game should be really strong. Even though I will say that before starting the portrait and even the sketch, take a good time to observe the lines, okay? First, you have to observe the correct shape of the object, whatever you are drawing, and then you have to focus on every single color that you will see, and then you should have that in your mind what colors you're supposed to mix in order to get the correct colors. When it comes to neck, do not forget to study the shadows. Yes, because you are often able to see the shadow of the face on the neck. We cannot overlook this fact. Whatever the portrait we do, we see the shadows, and you better be observing them. So again, you have to move your brush in the same direction as the shape of your neck. Okay, that's how it's gonna work. Some of the areas are gonna be pretty lighter as compared to the rest of the areas. It all makes sense because some of the areas of the neck are exposed more towards light, and the rest of the neck has the shadow for our face or even our clothes. So you have to keep that stuff in your mind while painting the neck. Just make sure that there is a smooth transition between the different tones, okay? Whether you're moving from the darker tone towards the lighter one or vice versa, okay? The more it has the transition, more natural it will look, okay? I know that there are certain points in which you have to do the sharper detail, but that's okay. But most of the area is gonna be blended, and even if you see the sharper areas, trust me, they do have the transition as well if you really observe well. So in order to attempt the realism, you have to add every single detail that you're able to see in the reference. For example, if you're seeing some moles, do that. If you even see a little bit of the tiniest hair on the face, although even if our figure is clean shaved, still do that as well, okay? Do not miss any details. That's how it works. The more details you will add, more natural it will look, and in the end your artwork is gonna be pretty much appealing. When it comes to drapery, always block in the darker areas and then fill in the medium tone and eventually add the highlights. This is the most easiest way of doing the drapery, and honestly this one helped me a lot. I struggled a lot with drapery, but now I do it like piece of cake. Because of this technique, we have to move from the darker tone towards the lighter. That's how it works, and you can see it already looks pretty good, and I did it with this technique. So Ronaldo have the buzz cut, that's why you cannot even possibly use your darker tone for the sides of the head. Okay, you have to go with your browns and grays and more amount of your zinc titanium. Okay, and then for the hair, you have to block in the darkest tones which you are able to see in the hair strand, and then you will be adding the medium tone. Okay, and just move your brush in the same direction as the shape of the specific hair strand, and in the end you are going to add the details which are the highlights. Later you can do the background, and here I have chose the gray background. First I thought that lighter one will look good, but then I changed my mind and I decided to do it a little bit darker, so I added a little bit more of my lamp black into it. So that was it, and I hope that you people enjoyed today's video, and if you did, drop a like and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye, take care.